I am like Yahweh Shemi Shad, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone. Salutations that I can pushing this truth and enduring. The title of the day is Folly is blissful but costly. As the saying goes in the world, ignorance is bliss. Yeah, it's not a feeling of having to do better. It's not a feeling of having to grow. It's a feeling of comfort. But folly is a balance to folly. There's good folly and bad folly. You have to enjoy yourself too. You can have a little fun folly, because that's what folly is a distraction. We're gonna go into the etymology of folly. It means foolishness though, but folly, go into the etymology. Mental weakness, foolish behavior or character, unwise conduct. Okay, all right. So folly, it is. Ignorance is bliss. This is happiness. And what supports that statement is Ecclesiastes 1:18. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth in knowledge increaseth sorrow. And why do you increase sorrow? Because you're in a state of learning when you're away from foolishness things. You are in a state of trying to do better and trying to increase and become a new creature. So I'll go with Ecclesiastes 7:4. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the song of fools. So that's why it's sorrow in the house of mourning, and sorrow and much knowledge, because of the things you learn over time. So foolishness, being in a house of foolishness, is where you always partying and you're not learning and you're not reading and you're not studying, and you keep making the same mistakes and paying the same price for it. That is why folly. They say what the brother say is it's expensive to being dumb is expensive. Being an idiot is expensive. Being stupid is expensive. Alright, and I'm gonna get into Proverbs 22:15. Foolishness is bound in the heart of a child, but the rod of correction shall drive it from him. We are children of the power. We are his creations. So children on the earth, yes. And you have good children and bad children, yes. But foolishness is bound in the heart of the child. So the only way to get rid of that foolishness is rod of correction. And I'm gonna get rod of correction in the Proverbs. What was that? 22. Yeah, Proverbs 22:15. Foolishness is bound in the heart of a child, but the rod of correction shall drive it from him. This is the interlinear corner. It's the blue letter Bible. We're going to get of correction. Mausar, discipline, chastening, correction. Right down here you see rebuker. Okay, it goes into rebuke. So rebuke is the call to do better. Call to wrongness, to show wrongness. And sometimes you have to know when not to do that because you could be committing folly by calling wrongness upon a person based on a certain situation, being in a certain place. It's a time and a place for everything. So Proverbs 23:9 says, "Speak not into the ears of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of thy words." So, like it says after what's my name? Admonition, 2, 3 admonitions. Reject. I'm gonna get the precept real quick. Okay, so like my app just crashed. I'm not emailing Salaki about that. Okay, I was admonitions. Well, the point being is in verse 10 of Titus 3, a man that is a heretic after the first and second admonition reject. So after you correcting somebody on something and they don't listen after like times it's best to leave them alone because, as it's written here in Sirach 18:15, might as well go to it. Also known as Ecclesiasticus, Sirach 8:15. Travel not by the way of with a bold fellow, lest he become grievous unto thee, for he will doing according to his own will, and thou shalt perish with him through his folly. So, like I said in the title, folly is blissful but costly. Okay, a bold fellow could be Pookie and Ray Ray, somebody destructive that don't have nothing going for them in their lives, and they're gonna do according to their own will, as it says right here. But you might get hit uh, or hurt being around them, and who knows who his enemies may be, and they coming after you because you was with him. You never know how. I mean, there's so many ways it can go, but it says travel not by the way with a bold fellow, much folly. A person that don't care about nothing. That they got, but Lord willing, that was edifying.